This is mutation based on quantity. Now there's a small sign mistake here. The N is silent, let's say. So this is the second part of it. The first one was point mutation or gene mutation. That we completed, okay? And then we move on to chromosomal aberration. That's the second type of mutation. And here, there are again two types, structural and aberration in the number of chromosomes and the structure of chromosomes. We start with the first one, structural or chromosomal mutation, where the mutation does not occur in one nucleotide but the chromosome. Okay? And there are four ways in which it occurs. First is deletion, duplication, inversion, and then translocation. Deletion is just as the name suggests, a portion of the DNA is deleted. This results in a shortening of the whole size of the chromosome. And there are many, hundreds and thousands of nucleotides here. So there's a big section of it being deleted. Now this is going to cause a big problem. Duplication. Here, a small segment of the DNA is duplicated and added on to the same area. And this lengthens the length of chromosome. Now this may not have a very significant effect. And the other one is inversion. A small segment of the DNA is flipped over. So the sequence is changed. Now if it is linked genes, then this is going to cause some problems. Inversion. So that is another type of mutation, chromosomal mutation. The last one is translocation. Now this translocation is, as the name suggests, it transfers the location of segments of DNA. Now this also, you may say this also occurs in crossing over. The crossing over occurs between homologous chromosomes, meaning they've got to have the same genes, loci for the same genes. But here this is non-homologous chromosomes. Here is one chromosome with one type of gene A, B. Here it's X and Y. They are non-homologous. Okay, so sections of it breaks apart and then it shifts. Its place is swapped. So when they swap places, it eventually looks like this. So this is again going to cause big problems. Translocation. These are the structural aberrations or abnormalities of a chromosome. Then we move on to the second type, chromosomal mutation or chromosomal aberration. It always talks about, it is also called the aneuploidy. Okay? Aneuploidy means presence of an abnormal number of chromosomes. There's always a wrong number of chromosomes in this sort of mutation. First example, we take the case of the 21st pair of human chromosomes. We know that there are 46 human chromosomes. It's paired up into 23 pairs. We also know that the 23rd pair is called the sex chromosomes because it determines gender. But the 21st pair has two chromosomes like this, and if there is an addition of another chromosome there, then the total number of chromosomes turns to 47. This condition is called trisomy 21, okay, where the result is 47 chromosomes, and this causes some kind of deformity and some kind of abnormality in the body's function, which we shall discuss in detail in the next videos. Okay? But just understand, when the number of chromosomes increases in the 21st pair, it's called trisomy, and it's an example of just an aberration in one single chromosome. Okay, so the second example of chromosomal abnormality or aneuploidy. We'll take mosquito. Mosquito with 6 chromosomes. We know that these 6 chromosomes are paired up into 3 pairs. So here are the 3 pairs. So an addition of 1 chromosome on each of these pairs, like that, turns the chromosome number into 3n. Total number of chromosomes will be 9 now instead of 6. So that is known as triploidy, a triploidy. You can have 4n number of chromosomes also, where it's called tetraploidy. Likewise, 5n, pentaploidy, 6n, hexaploidy, and so on. Okay, so this mostly occurs in the higher flowering plants. Okay, just understand that this kind of chromosomal abnormality occurs mostly in plants. Okay, so that is another example of abnormal number of chromosomes in an organism, aneuploidy. Then we move on to the effects of mutation. Human disorders caused by point mutation. These are some of the good classic examples of point mutation. First one is phenylketonuria or PKU. It is a rare genetic autosomal metabolic disorder. It hinders the normal brain development and normal brain functioning. Okay? It is caused by one amino acid, phenylalanine. Phenylalanine is, there are 20 amino acids, out of which 10 you have, the body itself prepares 10 of these, and the remaining needs to be acquired from the food that we eat. So here is one type of amino acid that needs to be obtained from the food that we eat. So once it enters our body, it is quickly converted to tyrosine. Okay? Now this tyrosine then is again converted to neurotransmitters like dopamine and norepinephrine. So these are what helps the brain function properly. And the enzyme that converts phenylalanine into tyrosine is known as phenylalanine hydroxylase. Okay, this is the one that actually causes PKU. The portion of DNA which codes for the phenylalanine hydroxylase is present in chromosome number 12. Okay, so if there is a mutation there, and they say there are more than 600 different types of mutation that has been registered up to now. When any of these mutation occurs, then the production of this enzyme is lost, or less amount of enzyme is produced. So this also means phenylalanine is going to accumulate. This disease or this disorder is caused by the accumulation of phenylalanine in the brain, which hampers the metabolism and proper functioning of the brain, and the person suffers from mental retardedness and less development of the what we call brain, etc. So this is what PKU is.